Okay, my name is Kenny Gordon, and I'm running for Cattle Commissioner for District 10. And I think that there are some things that can be done in order to better serve the city of Shreveport, especially District 10. And I'm hoping that you all will entrust me to do those things that need to be done.
So how would...
Well, I think that the commission should help its district in the problems that exist, and not just the outlying area of the city. I think it should help the citizens of its district in its problems, and to try and come up with resolutions in order to solve those problems. But to be frankly candid with you, I've looked around the city, I've looked outside of the city, and I really don't see anything that the commission has done as far as spending this money. I think there's a lot of things that could be done in order to rectify the problem that exists as far as the overspending. I think that there should be an accountability of what is being spent, and I think that there should be an audit done in order to make sure that the money is going exactly where it needs to be going and not on pet projects. I believe that the city and the parish should work hand in hand at all times, because the city knows exactly what needs to be done in their areas. The parish, they know as well, but because there is a split, the parish does a certain thing and the city does a certain thing. I believe that they should work hand in hand in order to solve the ills of the city. I don't think that they should be separate, because I'm from a place where the city and the county, they work hand in hand in order to bring about a cohesiveness and a better neighborhood in the city of Houston. That should be the same thing here in Shreveport. Well, I think that the city, it looked like they're going in a direction in order to bring about economic development. I see downtown is changing. There's a lot of renovations going on downtown. However, there are some other things that need to be done. I feel in order to bring about a better development, economic development here in the city. Like, for instance, downtown. Downtown has a very nice park, but it's not being utilized. And I believe that if the park is brought about, if they bring that park up to code as far as things that's not fixed, that needs to be fixed, like, for instance, the water park, if they fix that, they could bring about concerts. There's a lot of things that could be done in order to bring money and bring the city up to the standard that it should be. Well, I would support the millage increase if I saw a difference in what has been done and what is being done. And I don't see it. I'm not for raising property taxes unless it's necessary. And right now I don't see a necessity to raise property taxes. I think that the city and the parish, the leaders of the city and parish, should look at what they get from the government, because of course a lot of the money coming from the government, and then use that money for the purpose that the government gives it to them for. And again, not for their little pet projects, but for things that needs to be done to improve and move this city forward. I think they have a significant burden, or not burden, but a responsibility to the city of Shreveport and its citizens, especially when the citizens of Shreveport are the ones that voting them in office. And I'm speaking of course, the parish commissioners. From my understanding, if there's a problem in let's say my district, and a citizen comes and say, hey, you know, our parks are awful and we need it fixed. Well, you know, the parish commissioner, they won't even entertain it. They'll tell you to go to the city council. I have a problem with that. I don't understand why they can't help the citizens that vote them in office. And I've asked about that, and no one can answer that question. But I think that the cattle commissioners, I think that they should help the citizens of their district, and if possible, other districts as well. If I win, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to just look at outside of the city and make it beautiful and wonderful. I'm going to look on the inside of the city too, because I love Shreveport. And I want Shreveport to climb. I want Shreveport to grow. I grew up here. When I was here back in the 60s, 70s, it was wonderful. Now it's horrible. And I want to bring it back. So I believe that the commission has a great responsibility of making Shreveport the best that it can be. I think that the commission should work with the city council and change the rules. And I agree, there's a lot of adjudicated property, and there's a lot of people that would like to purchase that adjudicated property, but they don't want to get it, buy the property, and then wait 10, 15 years in order to do something with it. They want to get that property, fix it up, and then turn it over. Put people in those properties that's going to keep the property up. There's a lot of adjudicated properties in my district, in my neighborhood. And to be frankly candid with you, I'm in the process of looking at some places or companies that could come in and put houses on those vacant lots, is what I have in my district. Put houses on them and then put people in them and that's going to keep the property up. And that will make the neighborhood better. So the adjudicated property, they need to change the rules. If they change the rules and make it a quicker transaction, then I think that the city would come out better by just the rules that they have now. It's, in essence, it takes too long for a person to buy the property and then try and turn it over. They need to change the rules. Well, people have their own minds. It's hard to convince someone to think like you. However, I would try my best to show my constituents the importance of helping inside of the city as opposed to just doing the outside of the city. And I would hope that they would see my point of view and do the same thing that I'm doing, that I would do if I were Crown Commissioner for District 10. Again, I can't say that the other individuals that's commissioners are going to do what I'm doing, but I would hope that they would see what I'm doing and then try to do the same things that I'm doing. Make no mistake, if I get in the office and I'm going to look to see if I can do things that needs to be done in the city. I've been told that I can't, but I have to look for myself. I'm a very smart individual. I'm an accountant, and I was a teacher for 27 years. I'm good with numbers. And I can read. So I will look to see what I can do in order to transfer the funds or whatever needs to be done in order to rectify the problems that my district might incur. Well, I believe that the appearance of the district and the neighborhoods, I think that's a priority. I think that potholes that exist in the streets is a priority. I believe that the main streets at this present time, they need to be restriped because there's a lot of accidents that's going on. Because of that, people can't, especially at night, people can't see. They're running into each other. They're running bright lights. because they can't see the lines. That's a priority. I believe that all of these things that I just mentioned should be done with both collaborations of city council and the parish. Because again, I feel that the parish commissioners should have a vested interest in the city being the best that it can be, especially when the citizens of Shreveport are the very entities that put you in office. Well, actually, you've covered everything. Again, I feel that the commission is responsible for the citizens, their well-being, their quality of life, and I believe that the commission should work hand in hand with city council, the police, and all of these good things. The city is encroached with crime that should be rectified. There are a lot of things that could be done in order to correct the situation that we have. Make no mistake, I understand that crime is going to be here, but I believe that we can reduce the crime by doing certain things in the city. Some people say cameras doesn't work. I believe it does. Some people say that police presence is not going to help. I believe it will. I believe that we should have cameras everywhere, especially on those at those lights where people are running it. They're running lights, they're running stop signs, they're doing a lot of things. So crime, education, there's a lot of things that the city has that needs to be rectified and needs to be fixed. And I'm hoping that the citizens elect me as parish commissioner for District 10 in order to rectify these problems that we have. The ideas that I have are ideas that I believe will work. The only thing is to implement them. And if we implement them, the ideas that I have, then we can have a better city. We can have a thriving city, and we'll have a city that people will want to come to instead of running away from.